and welcome. Today we're going to go ahead and start getting prepared for Battle for Azeroth 8.1.5. And we're going to go over a few things as well and take a look at some of the great features that's going to be coming out. Now, I do need to go ahead and just wait for a few of you to show up. Once that's done, then we'll go ahead and get started. But in the meantime, I will just go ahead and run around, do a few of my... Okay. Display. Okay, here we go. Okay, and I'm just setting up something, but I actually thought I had set up. I guess it was on the other computer, but it is going to allow us to take a look at the web together. So let me go ahead and make that full screen. Bring that down here. Okay. So now we are all set. And ready to go ahead and play the game. As soon as you guys start showing up, please let me know if you're in the chat now. Let me know who I've got, how many I've got, because we are going to be going over some very, very important things that I feel that's going to help you, and I know it's helping me going forward. So definitely let me know when you're in the chat, as well as I do have a very important and very special announcement, if you will, coming up. So definitely stay close for that. Okay. So we have 1 day left on Siege for Stormguard, and we are at 85% for Darkshore, so soon. Also, I hope I got the camera fixed. It appears that I have on my end. Everything looks like it's in sync. If not, please do let me know. Let me know if it's coming in clear, choppy, whatever. It is a process, guys, of tweaking and getting everything done just right. And it's a process that I do take very serious. Okay, somebody just sent me a message. Oh, yeah, so we got a scammer back. Yeah, it appears that somebody is trying to be old. Go ahead and log on over to this website. Require verification that you are the primary account holder. Otherwise, we'll suspend your account. Number one, these people are just so stupid. They honestly think a seasoned veteran of the game is going to fall for that because just because they think they're smart. They know what they're doing. When in reality, they don't. And the same idiot just messaged me again. So, let's just go ahead and ignore him. So, guys, what have you been up to over the last week? Everybody getting some good gear, I hope. Okay, so here we go. Talanji. And speaking of Talanji, there is a lot getting ready to go on with her in the very near future. I don't know if you guys have been following the Wowhead story of Talanji and what's going to be going on, but Talanji is going to hold a very big part in what's to come. And in all honesty, I have a feeling she's getting ready to betray the Horde because of well, it's no secret. I'll watch a lot of videos. I'll watch Taliesin and Evertail. I'll watch Begular. A lot of other ones. Not lately. I do not watch as much Asmongold because it seems to be just not what it used to be. So, but anyway, one of the people that I watched, Taliesin and Evertail, had showed a skit, a cinematic more or less, of where Talanji was given a choice by none other than Bosamani, and he wanted her to betray the Horde. And from what I can see, she went for it. So we'll soon see in the upcoming days. Personally, I don't know about you guys, but I cannot wait for the 8.1.5 to go live. Cannot wait for it. I'm looking forward to it big time. I think that 8.1.5 is going to be one of the bigger and better parts of the game. One of the bigger and better patches that we have had so far. And that 8.2 is definitely looking up. If they say that 8.2 is bigger and better than 8.1.5. And if that's the case, it's going to be awesome. Because in 8.1.5, finally, we will get Zandalari trolls. We will get the Kultiran humans. So that is definitely something to look forward to. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I've been trying to unlock the Dark Iron dwarfs, and I have I've been playing a human alliance. So, you know, Horde players, don't hang me yet. You'll see why this is going to happen, or why it's happening. I am playing both, that way I can level up a Dark Iron and help those of you that need help with anything to do with that. So it is a process. It's not that I've turned my back on the Horde, by far. That's something I would never, ever do. The Horde has been where I've been where I've played since the beginning, with the exception of just a few short days, or a few short hours rather, of playing the Alliance. But let's go ahead and hopefully we'll have some more people showing up. Now, if you're watching this on playback, please do be sure to watch it all, because there are a lot of things that we will be going over, and personally, I'm hoping that it's very helpful to you. I know it was to me in previous patches to hear and see videos on preparation for the upcoming patch. Now, as we all know, each and every patch comes with a long list of things that we can buy now, sell later, and make a ton of gold. This expansion, or this patch rather, has been no different. So we are going to be seeing a lot of different things that we can buy now cheap and sell later for a very exorbitant amount of money, or amount of gold. I wish it was money. If it was, I'd be great. I'd be off somewhere on a beach and enjoying my day. But anyway, what are you guys doing to prepare for 8.1.5? If you don't have the Pathfinder, I'm having one of them days. having trouble remembering things. But anyway, if you don't have Pathfinder Part 1, get it now because you're absolutely going to have it in order to go forward and enjoy the game the way it should be. So for now, that's one of the big things that I would highly suggest you do is go ahead and grab that Pathfinder Part 1. Go ahead and get it complete. And then if there is anybody that don't have the reputation to Exalted for everything, I would highly suggest working on that for the next few days, next few weeks, whatever. As long as it takes for the game to bring us 8.1.5. Okay, so this is definitely, I don't know, for me, I've played Alliance before, but I've never really give it the as they say, all it can be kind of thing, because, well, I've never done it because I've always played Horde, and now I'm giving it a shot on the Alliance, mainly because I want to play a Dark Iron Dwarf. I think they're cool. It's something I've always wanted to play. And even as a Horde member, it's something I've always wanted to play. And I know that as a Horde, there's no way I can play Dark Iron unless I have an Alliance character. So I did go ahead and get my Alliance character up to 120. And I've been working on the reputation. The reputation I'm working on right now, the most of them, actually I'm working on them all, but the one I'm working on the most is 7th Legion. So it is, like I said, it is a process. And I am going to check here and see if anybody has popped in. No, not yet. And just, I'm going to go ahead and feign death real quick. Just curious, I've tweaked my bitrate. Ooh, bitrate. That's definitely a new one. Okay, good stream. Healthy resolution. Okay. So everything appears to be good. I'm hoping that everything is working well on the other end. So. Okay. Now, just so you guys are aware, the changes that I've been talking about coming to the channel, they are getting ready to hit. I've been working a lot on different things. I am going to start playing other games as well as World of Warcraft. I'm not giving up on World of Warcraft. Don't ever believe that or think that even, because it's not true. World of Warcraft is one of my favorite games, has been and always will be one of my favorites. But there's nothing also wrong with playing any of the other games. And there are some games out there that I want to give a shot. For example, Hitman, all of that series, even down to some of the DC games like Batman, and so on. I think they're pretty cool. No, they're not, like wow cool, but I think they're cool. So if there's any Steam game that you want to see me play, be sure to let me know. Given, drop the name of the game in the comments section below or in live chat if you're joining me live. And we'll go ahead and see how things go from there. Okay, just making sure this is public, because sometimes it does change on you, and you'll think you're streaming public to where everybody can see it, and it will come up as private. Had it happen before, don't want to have it happen again. Okay, and definitely, as I was saying, guys, I am going to be doing some streaming for different games. Also, I will be doing a working on the sister channel to this channel, which is the Classic WoW channel, and it will be getting some new videos, some of the first videos for that channel coming up soon. I've already actually got them ready to just edit and put up, so stay close for that. And if you've never played World of Warcraft Classic, I'm just going to say you definitely need to give it a shot, because you know there's a lot of people out there who believe automatically, well, you know, I played WoW, I play WoW now. How different can it be? You know, that's old stuff. This is new stuff. Well, this is new, but Battle for Azeroth and all the expansions, in fact, have been new, but they cannot compare to going back and trying it out. I mean, starting from the beginning, you know. And I'm not saying that what we have now is no good. It is. It could be better. It definitely could be better. But it is good. So just consider trying it out. And if you do, or if you just want to watch videos and you want to watch the videos that I'm on, be sure to definitely head on over. Again, I'll be dropping the link in the comment section once this does go up on playback. And that way you can go ahead and click the link and go ahead and subscribe to the sister channel for this one. And again, guys, sorry about if I seem a little off today. It's been one of those days. My father-in-law's back in the hospital yet again, and for any of you that's been around the channel for a while, you know that he's been in and out of the hospital for the last 7-8 months now. Well, longer than that, since June. And he's got a lot of different health issues that he's working through. And long story made short, he's not a well man. And when you send him, like, he gets sick and they take him to the doctor, obviously the doctors, they want to move people in and out. They don't care. And when they do move them out, if he's better, great. If he's not, oh well. That's their philosophy. So I am hoping that everything goes better, because I've just spent half the day on the phone arguing with the hospital that, you know, he's not getting any better, because obviously if the man was getting better, he'd be home. But yet they want to send him home and put him in a wheelchair where he can't even get around. I mean, he's falling all over the place. So just keep a prayer. Hey, Slow Bro, what's up, man? just chilling a little bit, talking about the 8.1.5 patch that's going to be coming up soon. I hope sooner than later. And going from there, we're talking about what people are doing, specifically to prepare. So if there's anything that you are doing to prepare, definitely go ahead and let me know in the chat. And also, I would highly suggest, if you don't already have the Pathfinder Part 1, go ahead and get it. And that way you're ready for Pathfinder Part 2, which, as far as I understand, Pathfinder Part 2 is coming out in the 8.1.5. And Slowbro, how you been doing today, man? Okay, so just checking to make sure that you can hear me. I've had that happen as well a time or two. Uh, so it's not something I want to see happen again. But hopefully everybody can hear me. And this quest is very aggravating. It pulls you all over the place, and it's just aggravating. Not much. Just finished dinner, and for 8.1.5 I've been getting exalted with all the BFA reps before it comes. Other than that, I don't really see any need to prep. LOL, my raid items are all stocked, and I'm at a decent eye level. I'm solid for now. Yep, I can hear you. I'm on the phone, so my responses are slow to type. LOL. Hey, man, that's one of the main things that I would say people absolutely, positively need to do, and that is get their rep up, because without that rep, you're kind of at a disadvantage. You are not going to get to, first of all, you can't get Pathfinder Part 1 without the rep. Well, you can, but you know what I mean. You can't get Pathfinder Part 2 without the rep, or without Pathfinder Part 1. You can't get the rep. You can't unlock if you don't have the rep, you can't unlock the allied races. And one of the allied races that I'm really looking forward to. Now, here in the very near future, I will be starting not one, but 2 allied races. Okay? I'll be starting a allied race for the Horde, which will be the Zandalari. I'm not sure what class yet. I've had Pathfinder Part 1 done for a while. I'm just waiting on Part 2 now, which, if I'm thinking right, it might come out in 8.2 or 8.5. I'm hoping that it's not that far away. I'm hoping that it's in 8.1.5, but you very well might be right. But then I'm hoping that 8.1.5 goes live like this week or next week at latest. Now, I know that this week, tomorrow, if you are looking for raid person, tomorrow will unlock the final part of looking for raid. So if you are a looking for raid raider, then that's great news for you. I personally, I do a little bit of all of it. I do looking for raid, I do normal, and so on. the guild I'm in right now is doing mythic, heroic, and so on, different raids, and we are working on the battle for Dazalor, I guess is how you say that. So it is, as they say, it is a work in progress. Okay, so there's the mob that I need for this. Let me go ahead and kill some crap, get it out of my way. I'd like to release 8.1.5, but going off of Legion, I'm guessing 8.2.5. Very good possibility that you could be right. I'm hoping, like I said, but it may be a little bit sooner, because quite honestly, I'm getting tired of walking around. You know. Hey man, thanks. Yeah, it was a gift from a friend of mine. They sent it to me because they knew I played World of Warcraft. If you notice, this is World of Warcraft like Classic. It does not have like a specific expansion tied to it. So the hat will more or less retain its usability. It's not going to be something that come in a few months or a few weeks or whenever the new expansion comes out that it goes away. Hey man, when flying breaks out and we can actually fly, let me know. We'll go up and chill together. And didn't notice it said WoW. Well, it don't say WoW Classic. It just says, World of Warcraft. So it does not have like Classic or Battle for Azeroth or any of that. Yeah, he picks up little things like that. Well, for example, let me see if I can get this down. I don't know if you can see it. He picked this up in a yard sale. And it's actually the Lich King's sword and a block of ice. Now, it's supposed to light up. I'm not sure. I've got to go and find the batteries, the size that it uses. But he's always sending things like that. Hey, it does, and if it lights up, and I'm saying if because he did buy it in a yard sale, so it could light up and work perfectly, or it could never light up again. When you buy something in a yard sale, you never really know. But if it does light up, I'm anxious to see what colors it lights up and how it looks, because to me, I think it's gonna look awesome. But yeah, okay. I've always been an alt person. I always have loved to level my alts. Okay, I want them. I want to level them that way I can start bringing in the gold. Because without your alts, you're losing gold. I mean, it's simple as that. Years ago, I used to be one of the people that I wanted to play all my time on one character. No other characters. It was a waste of time. I just wasn't going to do it. Now I see that I was wrong. Because, quite honestly, if I have, let's say, 15 characters, they're all level 120 and all able to do the Paragon chest. They're all able to do the World Quest. I don't know if you've seen it, but last time I did a live stream, I had a few chests, Paragon chests. I guess that's what they're called now. I'm going to call them Paragon chests. The ones like here, I had like, I think it was 4 of them, and I went ahead and I unlocked them and opened them up one time on live stream, and just in like 4 of them, I believe it was, I made like between 12 and 16,000 gold, and it was just something that I'd done. I didn't go out and set out to do it. I more or less done it because it was something I wanted to do. It was fun. So, Paragon chests is essentially what they are. LOL. You definitely aren't wrong. Wow, that's nuts. Yeah, well, I'm getting ready to go and pick up a, hopefully it'll Titan Forge or War Forge or whatever, and give me a higher item level. But it's supposed to be a piece of equipment. It don't say what. Hopefully it's something I actually need, because I'm getting really tired of getting the same thing over and over and over. And hopefully this one will be different. But yeah, the Paragon chest or Emissary quest or chest, whatever. Okay, it's a small upgrade. But okay, that one's not. That one is. But the Emissary chests are a must. Okay, you imagine, let's say you play 2 hours a day. And let's say you're one like me. I play 8-9 hours a day, okay? This is what I do. Now let's say you're playing those 8 or 9 hours a day. And you break it up 1 hour per character. You're now playing 9 characters. Those 9 characters, let's say, do 25 different world quests. Getting tongue-tied. Damn. Sorry about that, but I'm getting tongue-tied like crazy today. But anyway, you know, you're doing all this. Now, sooner or later, you're going to, well, first of all, you're going to get a lot of good gear through the world quest. For example, right now, in, well, on this one, you can get some rep, you can get some gold. Over here in Nazmir, I've already cleared it out. But, you know, you can get a lot of gold, a lot of AP, a lot of good rep, and so on, which is always going to help. So, the way I look at it is, if I'm doing the Paragon chest on, let's say, 9 characters. Okay, 9 times 16,000 gold. You do the math. And well, like the one I'm showing you right here, 2,000 gold just for doing 4 world quests. You can't beat that. So if I was doing the Paragons and this quest, that would be 18 grand for doing just a little bit of running around, doing a little bit of questing. I personally love it. And not only that, you can do the mission table, you know, the one nobody likes. I love it, because I can go to my port of Zandalar and go ahead and go to the table, do a few quests, and let me see if I can bring it up here. This one's going to give me Honor Bound Commendation, Boldoon Commendation. Now there are, you know, today is no gold. I'm not seeing any gold ones, but they are there, and yeah, I mean, they're only a couple hundred gold or whatever. But would you rather have a couple hundred gold for not doing it, or for doing it, than lose a couple hundred gold for not doing it? So personally, I'm an altaholic. You know, I'm an alcoholic. My name is Hulk. I can't really, change that. Love it. And my goal is, in the end, to have all of my characters, all of them, at 120 and pulling in gold daily from World Quest, from Emissary chest, from the Paragon chest, from, doing things like that. And you would be surprised how much gold you will make just doing that. Not anything to do with your going to the auction house, but I am going to have more or less a few videos, or one of my friends called it a auction house class. Okay, so that I can more or less give a walkthrough of how to work it and how to do what you need to do to make the most gold from the AH. And that's going to be coming soon too. See, a lot of people have been contacting me and saying, "Hey Hulk, why ain't you been making videos?" Well, I have. You've just not seen them yet. And that's about to change. Because within the next 2 days, I will have roughly, in the next 2 days, about 15 or 20 videos ready to release. Now, I'm not going to release them all at once. I am going to release them like one a day per channel, because some of these videos are going to be for the classic channel. Some of them are going to be for the other games like Batman and so on and so on. But right now I'm sitting on roughly 20 different World of Warcraft videos. So definitely stick around for that. I think you'll be really pleased with it. Let's see here where to go for the most gold or whatever for this. Okay. You know, I'm really getting tired of the Ezra armor cache, 355. I mean, that's crazy. We can go into looking for raid and get better gear than that. Let's see what's over here. And the way I do, guys, is, and I'm not sure if this is something that's just one of my peeves that I do on my own, or if it's something that a lot of people do. I will go and I haven't seen 355 in forever. I've been seeing 385 since Desolore. You know, that's me, and it gets old, very, very, very old, seeing these things and knowing, hey, here it is, and here we are. So, okay, so I am going to Stormstone Valley. Hey, Slowbro, are you playing Alliance or Horde? If I remember right, you play the Horde, but I may be wrong. A lot of people play the Horde, some play the Alliance, some play both, so just a little curious. Obviously, it don't matter which way you play, because you're part of the Hulk Gaming family, and that's all that matters. And I am going to be doing doing more live streams coming up, What item level are you by Chinch? Right now I am 382. I play both, but I'm mainly Alliance. I've got my Orc Shaman to 120, but as soon as I hit 120, I realized the gear grind and got discouraged. Yeah, I am 382. Actually, I'm climbing pretty well, just doing, emissary quest and Paragon turn-ins, after the Exalted, and I'm really enjoying it. It's something I can definitely get into. Okay, where is the... There we go. I am 382 on this character and working on getting it as high as I can. Do you have any idea, because I've been checking it out myself, any idea as to what the new item level cap is right now? I think somebody told me it was like 415, something like that. 382 and still getting 355 gear from emissaries, but it's brutal. Blizzard doesn't want you geared. Well, Blizzard knows that once I do get geared, I'm going to kill all the bosses, maybe even solo a few. I don't know. I would hope so soon. Okay, I don't know, but I've heard that it's over 400. I think it's like 415-ish. Okay, that's what I was told. Now, also, Slowbro, do you do any kind of old content? By that, I mean, like, go back and do the raids, or even the dungeons from, like, older content, even down to doing vanilla. Just curious there if it's something you do. I myself do. I love doing the old content, and I'm going to be putting out some videos on it. Hey man, nothing wrong with that. That's the best way to go. I'm a mount person. What can I say? If you notice here, I've got 203 mounts out of 250. Which will be from Mountacular. I have, well, let's just take a look here. Hit the wrong one. Okay, and I also do a lot of transmog too. But if you look here, I've got quite a few different mounts: the Rabasaur, the Warden, Hearthsteed. There's a lot of mounts here that I've got. I still remember the excitement of getting this one, the Warlord's Deathwill. So I'm definitely a transmogger mounter. Mounts aren't too important to me, but titles and transmogs, yes sir. Had to clear Mythic Emerald Nightmare to get the Dreamer title for my Druid. A lot of people will tell you, "Oh man, you're wasting your time. You're wasting your, you're paying to play the game, and you're wasting time playing on a character, or going to like an old raid or an old whatever." But personally, I love it. I absolutely love the old content. For me, that's just one of the things that I enjoy. A lot of people disagree, but hey, they don't pay for my account. I do, well, with gold, but I've not paid for an ounce of time in forever. Well, I take that back. The only time I've paid for game time in years is we when the one mount you buy 6 months and you get the mount for free, the little boat thing. I did do that, but other than that, I've not paid for game time in forever. But okay, I have the Alliance version of that mount, except it was 100k gold, not rewarded via the achievement. I'm not sure what it's called. Let me look. No. I thought it had the name Death or Dread. Okay, but Dreadwake. Yeah, this is it. What's this one? Okay. But yeah, the Dreadwake is a pretty cool looking mount, I guess. It was one that was a limited time thing, and I'm a sucker for all that. If I can get it, and I know that it's something that is only going to be around for a while, I am going to get it. If at all possible. But yeah, you know, I'm kind of disappointed in that mount though, because to be honest with you, I would have thought it's a boat, for God's sake. I would have thought, you know, not only maybe it fly, but you know, like Jaina's did, but you would think it would be able to do like float on water, but apparently no. Just said it doesn't go full speed in water. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, now like with me, one of the other things that I go to the old content for, obviously, is like raw gold, and I am doing a series on all the old content, all the old dungeons, raids, and so on. And with that, I'm going to be going into how much raw gold you can expect typically from that raid. And also, I'm going to, of course, be looking for all the cool transmogs. If I see anything cool, then I'm obviously going to sell it. Or, you know, if it's too cool and it's something I want for myself, then I'm going to keep it. But transmog is something I have a hard time selling. How do you sell yours, Slowbro, or do you just transmog, you know, collect it for yourself and that's it? To me, I don't know. I've always been one. I like to collect it for me, but then I also like that gold. I want the gold, so obviously I'm going to sell it if it's something that's like really super overpriced. But I don't know, man. I have a hard time getting any transmogs to really sell. The only way I can get it to sell is, let's say it's an item that Undermine Journal says sells for 5,000 gold. If I sell it, I may be able to sell it for 4,000 if I'm lucky, and it takes forever to do. But you know, since you are obviously into transmog, hook me up with some ideas, man. What is your trick? What is your, you know, your input on it? Farm specific transmogs, and if something rare drops, I'll probably sell it if I don't want it. Rarely will I sell random greens unless it's a slut mog. Those are always in high demand. Now, where do you get the best for you? Where do you farm the most for transmogs. I kind of just find sets that look good for to me and go from there. Always a good idea. Hit the wrong button. Do you play any kind of Steam games, Slowbro? Depends on the place, to be honest. With my Druid, I farm Mythic Nighthold, but I'm looking at farming Heroic Tomb of Sargeras on my Paladin. For my Shaman, I went to Mr. Pandaria PvP sets. I play a few Steam games, yeah. What kind of games do you enjoy from Steam? For example, me myself, I play a lot of Steam games. You know, not obviously as much as I do WoW, but I do play a lot of Steam games, like the Batman series, Spider-Man. I've tried to play it, although it keeps crashing. The game does, and it's nothing to do with the computer, because I've tried it on like 6 different computers. But the game itself keeps crashing, so I'm going to request a refund. But I also love the first-person shooters, like, you know, Sniper, and I also like, well, obviously Hitman. Hitman's one of my favorites. But you know, what are your favorite Steam games? And also, do you scrap your greens in BFA, or do you sell them? Because I've seen a lot of people advertising that they're buying, you know, Steam games, whew, they're buying BFA greens. So I don't know if, what's your opinion on it? Is it worth selling, or is it just, you know, scrap it kind of thing? Okay, let's see here what you said. I mainly play Civilization 6 and okay. Used to play Team Fortress 2 when it was popular. I haven't seen anyone buy BFA greens for DE forever, so I began scrapping and or selling it for the price if the price is over 50 gold. That's actually a pretty good technique. Now, there for a while, I was seeing people all over the place posting that, you know, they wanted to buy the greens, and I'm not sure if it was for, you know, DE in the traditional sense of the word or not, but definitely I've seen people do that for quite a while, but lately I've not been seeing it hardly at all. So I'm not sure if that's just something that has, you know, kind of faded and nobody wants to, you know, do that now, or what. Ooh, that's a monster that only a mama could love, huh? Look how ugly that thing is. Okay, so yeah, he's gonna need. I'm gonna need some help on him. I think it was Film Russian to get to 150 BFA enchanting. You know, but that's probably about the most accurate way of looking at it. Because, you know, people, they don't want to have to wait. They want it now. And once we get, and of course I hit the join button, and the mob is dead. Joy. Let's try this again. See if the numbers are going up or if it's everybody leaving. Yeah, people are leaving that one. I'll try this one. So, Slowbro is what? Now I know you said you play both. Obviously, you know, different people are going to play for different reasons. You know, I mean, for example, me, I have my own reasons for playing the Horde. Okay, but you know, the Horde is my primary character or my primary faction. But what made you pick the Alliance as your more or less your primary? You know what? If I hit run back, I'm going to be too far away, and by the time I get back, he's going to be dead, and I'm probably not going to get credit, so I'm going to wait it out. So, you know, for me, like I said, I don't know. I started out with the concept for me with the game. I started out wanting to play a game where I could be, you know, more or less all these different kinds of characters. And with the Alliance, I looked at them, very first ones I looked at. And back in vanilla, you only had, well, let's see, you had humans, which was human, like us. You had dwarves and gnomes, which could be more or less considered to be it could be what, well, little people, I guess people are calling it now. And, you know, it's just, for me, the Horde gave me more diversity, gave me more different kinds of classes. I was able to play, you know, for the first time, I was able to play a cow instead of just killing it in Diablo. You know. Well, that one fell apart. People leaving. Well, when I first started WoW, I was Horde. I was like 11 when I made my first Orc Hunter. Went to the Alliance in Mr. Pandaria. I have a lot of friends switch factions, so that's what made me switch too. I also wanted to change scenery, very good idea, and to experience what it was like to level on the Alliance side. Now, you just come up with a very good point. For people who, I don't know, there's so many people who are pig-headed or hard-headed, whatever you want to call it, and all they want to play is one faction. They never, ever, ever want to look at the other faction. And, I don't know, I like playing both sides, I guess you could say, trying them both out, seeing what they're both like, and going from there, you know? Now, I will say that to me, the Horde has been more along my lines. You know, it's something I got into and something I really enjoyed. Now, I don't know if you've been hearing it like I have, but there is talk that there very well may be a third faction coming. So, if that's the case, and let's say we now have Horde, Alliance, and whatever the other faction is, will you play both or no? In other words, will you play them all? Not both, but you know what I mean. I also wanted, okay. I will say that Thrall in Warcraft 3 really made me biased toward the Horde. I loved their story, both Orc and Undead. Have you tried the Warcraft 3 remastered thing that's going around? Or that's come out? It really depends on what races are available in this third faction. I'll give them a shot, but I can't guarantee I'll enjoy it. Hey, nobody can ever say you didn't try, though. You know, if you try it and it works out great, fantastic. If you try it and it don't work out, delete it and never turn back, as they say. Well, I thought it had already come out. Has it not come out yet? Because I thought it has, or I thought it had already come out. I know I've seen a lot of people running around with the new mount. The, what is it called? The Meat Wagon, I think it's called. Something like that. Let's see. Meat Wagon. Right here. Which is a pretty awesome mount. But, you know, people are thinking, oh, wow, it's new, it's new. We had these back in vanilla. We just couldn't ride them. Okay, no, it releases Honor before December 31st, 2019. Pre-purchase rewards are out, though. That's why you've been seeing the mount. Hey, I think the mount looks cool. I do. It's just that for me, I don't know. Maybe I may go ahead and pre-purchase. I'm not sure yet, but can't hurt to give it a shot. You know. Well, what is it now? Is it like $39 or something like that? Okay, come on, people, fill it up. I wanna go ahead and get this one down. And this Champions of Azeroth, and I need 725. I think it's like 50 Canadian for the Spoils of War edition. Hey, never, as they say, it never hurts to try it out. Who knows? May fall in love with it, you know. At the very least, you're at least going to get a very cool mount. Go ahead and convert over to Raid, because this guy is definitely not a five-player mob. I'm looking forward to here in just a little bit. I'm going to be working on some finishing up some of my videos, watching a little bit of TV, vegging out. The wife, she's out of town for a little while. She had to go to some doctor appointments out of town. Okay, if my druid was Horde, I'd help tank this lad. LOL. Yeah, well, you know, that's something also that I'm thinking about trying out, Slowbro, is tanking. I've never tanked. Well, how to put this? I once was forced to tank, and I've not tanked since. It's a little bit of an odd story. Back in vanilla, I was in a guild, started out, called the Exalted. And we was doing the raids like crazy. I told him, I said, look, I'm a warrior. I want to get in on it. Let's do this. Come on. And I got told, are you a tank? No, I'm not. I'm a DPS warrior. Then no. No. We're not taking you. So I got told if I wanted to raid, I had to tank. And if I wanted to tank, they had to see me in, get this, PvP Battlegrounds at least 3.5 to 4 hours a day, every day, 7 days a week, and I had to come fully prepared for the raid. Well, for me, I don't know, it got old very quick, and even more so when the raid leader, i.e. the guild leader, decided that he was then going to be the one who took all the gear for a warrior. So I finally said, to heck with this guild, to heck with this tanking stuff. I'm going back to what I enjoy. I'm going to play as a DPS warrior, and that's it. So I've never really given it a change as far as tanking. But I may try it again someday. I don't know. What's your opinion on tanking? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and... Okay. Have to leave the group, I guess. And about my luck. Okay. I'm sorry to hear it happened to you, Hulk. Damn, that would really turn me off to it, too. Yeah, and see, the guild leader, i.e. the raid leader, the main tank, etc. His wife was the main healer. So if he found out that you was after a piece of gear, he would kick you from the raid, and his wife would not heal you. Tanking is pretty easy now, but I'm also geared, so I barely take damage anymore unless it's progression rating. When did you start? Did you play back in vanilla? Now, the reason I asked is I know that a lot of people are like, you know, oh, I didn't play in vanilla, so I don't know what it's, you know, when you mention like 40-man raids for, oh my God, man, how do you do it? But, you know, personally, I'll be honest with you, I enjoyed the 40-man raids and the, you know, so on. Oh man, I've learned to never be a part of a guild run by a couple that are always filled with drama. Yeah, believe me, I know the the one guild. Well, one time we went to a raid and the main tank, i.e. the husband, i.e. the guild leader, come late, and it was on Valentine's Day. He wanted to, I guess you could say, make an impression on the wife. I don't know what the deal was there. And all he brought her was a single piece of dark chocolate candy. Not a box, not a, you know, anything like that. Not an arrangement, but a single piece of dark chocolate that he picked up from a gas station on the way home. Well, as you can imagine, the raid went on, but wow, Yeah, it was interesting because she was letting people die. She was telling people, you know what, if you support my husband, you can go screw off, and it's like, oh my God, it's like, woman, calm down. It's not like we did, I don't know. It just for me, it was a lot of drama, but started playing back in BC, but I began raiding in Mr. Pandaria in a casual sense. But I'd say my actual start was in Legion. I found a lot of love in the guild, but I joined and then even become an officer within a year. How did you, how did you not G quit sooner? I'll be honest with you. The only reason I stayed is that one of my very best friends in the game, he was in that guild, and for him, he didn't have, well, he was a one of these people that loved to do battlegrounds. So for him, it wasn't a big deal, It just wasn't. He loved it. He done battlegrounds 24 hours a day if he could, and he adored getting into the battlegrounds. For me, I wasn't a battleground person that much, so it just didn't work out for me. But sadly, and I guess this may be something that I still have back in the back of my mind against uh, battlegrounds, and that was my buddy. He was one that was going for the uh, what was it, warlord or high warlord title, and he wanted it and wanted it bad. Well, as you know, if you've ever had any kind of battleground experience before they took away that, you had to do PvP pretty well constantly, and I mean constantly. You couldn't do it just a little bit here and a little bit there. You had to do it pretty well constant. And long story made short, he he did 23, 22, 23 hours a day, nonstop. He wouldn't, he would eat on the computer. He would sleep at the computer with a headphone on. That way, when the battleground popped, he was ready. He he made the battlegrounds his life, and he lived he lived next, well, down in the basement of his mom's house, and he his mom went downstairs to try to see why he hadn't come up, because they were supposed to have got together the night before, and it was kind of like he had his own entrance, to the house. And when she went downstairs, he was, well, he had killed himself, because he had the warlord title, the high warlord title, whatever. He wanted it so bad that when he got it and lost it because he got sick, he was in the hospital for a couple of weeks. And when he lost that title, he decided, I guess, that it wasn't worth living, and he killed himself. So literally, I don't know, that's something that weighs pretty heavy on a person's mind. So it definitely is a memory that, yeah, it's a memory, but I'll carry on through on out. But he was one of the best in raids. Oh my God, he was godly in raids, uh, and in PvP, there was no better. I mean, you could not beat this man in PvP. It was just awesome to just sit and watch him. Just to see him in battlegrounds. it was awesome because he would literally go into a battleground with me and with a bunch of other ones from the guild, and he would say, "Okay, I'm going to put you in my group. I'm starting to, starting the battleground," and he would put us in his group, like group 1 or 2 or whatever, and literally he would keep us alive throughout the whole thing. Very seldom did we ever die because the man was just a beast. And I don't know, it's just, like I said, it's a lot to think about, and it's a lot on a person's mind. And of course, I get kicked off the waterfall, and the mob I'm after is back up top. And thanks, man. Yeah, it's awful. It definitely was awful because you're thinking to yourself, well, this man, he's not going anywhere. He's going to be here for years upon years, and all of a sudden, boom, he's gone. And it was kind of sad because his mom got on because in his suicide note he gave her his login info and told her to log on, tell all of his friends, and back then you had to send individual messages. You couldn't do like a message for broadcast. And he said, tell all my friends that I'm gone. Tell them I love them, but I couldn't stand to lose my title, and that's that. And it was so sad because his mom actually got on the microphone and was telling us all about it, and it was like you could hear this woman crying, and obviously so. I mean, she has every reason to, but yeah, she was bawling, and for the first time, I do believe that the whole guild was literally bawling. And I went to the next day that we were going to be raiding, which was that next day. And the raid leader, he said, I didn't see you in Battlegrounds yesterday. You didn't go to Battlegrounds yesterday. Blah, blah, blah. And he's just going off, and he's raising the roof. And finally, I told him, I said, you know what? You're right. I didn't raid yesterday. And I got an idea for you. He said, what? I said, go screw yourself. And I G-quit. So that's that. That's why I left that guild. That's how I left that guild. And to be honest with you, that's why I stayed with that guild for as long as I did. Had it not been for my buddy, I would have never been in that guild 1/10 of as long as I was. But okay, so where is my exit? There we go. Okay. Yeah, it was definitely hard on her. You could tell it was. And she was, I don't know, man, she was falling apart. And like I said, it was hell. It was literally hell on her. And especially considering she was the one who found him. She found the body. And that in itself must have been torment. I know I've never found a body of anybody that I love, or anybody at all actually, but I can't even imagine. But definitely, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give it about another 15 minutes. Well, let's see, about another 12 minutes. I'm going to round it out to be an hour and a half long. And then we are going to go ahead and end the live chat at that time. But if you have any questions, man, feel free to pop them up. Let me know, and I'll answer them before I go. But please, 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 tell all your friends about the channel. Tell them to subscribe, because there's a lot coming, and a lot coming quick. I know you've seen stores who do the grand reopening. Well, Hulk Gaming is getting ready to do a grand reopening with a whole new way of looking at things. So, definitely it is going to be interesting. Okay, take me back to Zoltazar. Here we go. Gotta go get my 2,000 gold. Now, are you leveling your alts now, or are you kind of chilling and waiting for be able to fly? For me, I guess I'm kind of doing a mixture. I have been trying to level some here and there, but as far as the power leveling, I've not been doing a lot of it lately. I've slowly been leveling a Dark Iron Hunter, but as soon as my alts hit BFA, I'll lose on any interest in leveling them. You know, up until, and I'm embarrassed to even say this, as much as I've been prepping for different things, I had no idea up until just about a week ago now, that Dark Iron Drawers was even available for play. I guess I don't know. I guess I lost track, and you know, I guess that's kind of normal when you have a family member that's in the hospital a lot and you're bouncing from spot to spot, spot to spot, and I guess I just lost track. So now I'm trying my darndest to get my my human priest, which is really interesting because as a cloth wearer, it's you get the crap beat out of you a lot. I guess I'm trying to get. Well, I'm trying to get my, what is it called, Proudmoore, Proudmoore, and then the 7th Legion up on my human. That way I can start playing both the Kultirans and the Dark Irons. But obviously knowing now what I do, but the Dark Irons are available now. They are taking the most presidents. They are taking they are at the top of my priority list as far as the Alliance goes. And I got something for you to think about. You may have already thought about this, or you may not. But think about it, and then let me know in the comment section below once this goes live. You know, what goes to playback ability. Let me know what you think. Okay, the Horde has Sylvanas and Sourfang. Sourfang is totally against Sylvanas, and Sylvanas totally hates Sourfang. She wants him dead. So they are having their own little civil war, because they are looking at Sylvanas and saying, "You're killing the Horde. You're killing what we love," and yet she believes that, you know, I'm the war chief. You follow me or you die, kind of thing. Now, think about this. If it happens to the Horde, generally, somewhere down the line, they do it to the Alliance too. Okay, the Alliance got a certain amount. The Horde got the equivalency. The Alliance got to, got one thing. The Horde got the equivalency. So, have you thought about the possibility that this civil war that's going on with the Horde is just the beginning, but it very well may lead over to a civil war with the Alliance, where, I don't know, I'm going to just pop up a few names. Let's say Jaina goes against Anduin, or Greymane goes against Anduin, or I don't know all the leaders on the Alliance, obviously. Mekkeltork, maybe he goes against, maybe he's the one who goes against Helm. What do you think about that? Who would you think would be the one who literally would go against Anduin? Civil war could happen in the Alliance, with Anduin not wanting to go to Dark Shore when Tyrion did, and Tyrande did, and she went against his orders. See, that's what I'm thinking. I believe that this is the beginning of a lot of change. Because, well, for example, they said that they want to fix it so that, let's say, well, for example, the player has choice that will change what goes forward, okay? So, let's say the player, as the player, I go and I don't like Sylvanas. I want to go with Sourfang. I can do that now. And it's going to change things, because once I go with Sourfang, I can't change my mind and go back and say, you know what, nope, I think I'll go with Sylvanas. I can't do that. It is a one-time choice. Okay, you cannot change your mind. You cannot go back and decide that you now are a Sylvanas supporter. Okay, Hulk, I gotta take off. Sorry to bounce a little early. I'll catch you later. Hey, Slow Bro, anytime, man. Be sure to, like I said, tell your friends. Be sure to check out the link that will be in the bottom once this does go live for playback. And be sure, if you would, to click on the subscribe button for the sister channel, which will be linked below. And I'm going to go ahead and cut out as well. It's like only a couple minutes early, but I am going to go ahead and cut out as well. Anybody else who is in live chat, shame on you for not talking and entering and joining in with me and Slow Bro. As always, it's been a pleasure talking to you guys, spending some time with you, and just speculating about what's to come. Have a great day, and I'll see you in Azeroth.